Okay, welcome back guys. As I promised earlier in my videos and also on a Facebook group that I will post everything about the scan and cut mat, and let's get to the point. So um, it's the scan and cut mat. Okay, so we're not using it, but I will show you some other tips to prevent when it's keep disturbing you and not loading. I will tell you what to do when it's not loading. So this is the mat from my older machine, which is the Brother 650W. So as you can see, I don't know, so I think you guys can see properly, there are 3 marks, 1, 2 and 3. These 3 marks are important to load the mat. Okay, so here you can see this is the original mat. The 1 mark here, the 2 mark here and the 3rd mark is, it's all square marks. So you can just hand draw on it, print it, or I put the exact values. I believe it's 0.20 or 0.10. If you want to print the square from a printer paper and just attach to the older mats. So the other thing I want to show you, this is the STX mat and this is the older machine mat. As you can see, this mat is slightly bigger. So you can see I have these papers. So what I just did, because when we just load it, it will not grab it. So what I mean, I'm going to just load this mat. I'm going to set aside this original mat for STX, so it will not confuse you. So I believe you guys can put the marks on the mat easily by eyeballing it. So I'm going to just load the mat, and okay, it's loaded. So I'm just grab it something simple like square, just to want to show you that what I mean, that when it's not grabbing the mat. I'm going to scan it. It will scan the whole thing. Okay, but once it's back to unload, it will not go like that smoothly. So it's really not good. Okay, I'm going to unload this, and I just, this technique, so what I just did, I simply cut these squares and I just glue dot it. Okay, so once you glue dot it, just simply put the these paper, just aligning the mat underneath the mat. Just put it for temporary. You can remove it. So when I just load this mat, so okay, it's grabbed, and now I'm going to scan it. Okay, scan it. So make sure it's aligned. Now it's grab it like usually we use the original mat for this. Okay, so now you guys wonder that, can I cut it? Yes, of course we can cut it. So I'm going to grab some paper. So let's see what I have it. Actually I'm going to use this cardstock. So it's red, so you guys can see properly. Okay, so it's the, I'm going to just put it here. Okay, there is no blade in it, so I'm going to grab the fabric, the regular blade. You guys can use the older blade also. I'm gonna use it also, older blade on it. So I'm going to put this, and I'm going to cut simple like snowflake. Okay, so let's scan it. I believe it will be bigger, so I'm going to just make it smaller. Okay, so I'm going to scan it again. Okay, it's scanned. Now I'm going to just place it. Okay, you guys can see it. I'm going to place it. Now I'm going to cut it. Simply just like we do with the normal mats. So let's see. So it's cutting perfectly fine, because as you can see, I just cut many of the fabric. Also I just got I cut a lot of fabric actually, and I have no problem, but I am using the regular mat. It's just for the temporary purpose, if you want to use it. So finish cutting. So here you go. I'm going to grab spatula. So okay, this is the snowflake. Okay, so this mat perfectly fine, nothing to worry. You can use regular blade and manual blade just like you use with the older machines, just to make sure that these 3 marks align properly. Okay, so actually now we just eyeball it, and you can place it in a line with these blue dots. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so my mom is calling actually. It's okay, I will call her later. So yeah, this is a mat which we can use it. I didn't use any artistic mat, but I believe I used it, I cut it, it's perfectly fine. So if you have any question, to make sure that you put these paper underneath to make it bigger, like that one, so it, when you just load it, it just grab the mat easily and scan the whole thing. Okay, so other thing with the other mat, actually when we just stop, I'm going to show you actually. Okay, so pardon for the phone. I'm going to remove this. Actually this is a contact paper. I'm not using the tape. We can use it tape, but I'm using the contact paper because it can be moved easily, and when it stop loading the mat actually. So what I mean, I'm going to show you actually. Okay, so this mat won't load, I believe. See it just it just did like that. Okay, so the reason is the edges of these mats are just wear off, so you can feel the roughness of the mat. The only solution is that you have to put some tape or transfer tape or any painter's tape, whatever you like, but make sure, I'm going to show you again when it's now it's loading for some reason. So if I keep unloading it, see, it will do like just like that. You can see just second time, you see. So now third time it's loading. It's really frustrating actually. So what I just did, put a piece of transfer tape or any contact paper, just put it on the right above the edges. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here. So now, okay, just make sure that it's properly aligned. Now we can load this easily. So okay, now again it will load it. I just spoke to brother, they sent me the replacement for the mat, but trust me, I believe there are some rough edges on the roller underneath this roller, so you guys can see it when the mat just grab it, it just leave the marks on the mat. So I don't know what's the solution for this. Maybe they have to make some good mats for it. But yeah, this is the solution. You guys can just use it. Just put the tape on the edges and it's good to go. If it's not working again, you just change the tape or transfer tape or any painter's tape you like it. So you can use the mat. Just make sure you put all these 3 marks on the mat properly. It will grab it easily. In the previous video I just put 2 marks. So when just I realized that this third mark is responsible for scanner. It won't recognize when you just scan to cut any data. So I'm going to just put it again to make sure. If you have any question, I'm going to just randomly put anywhere the card stop. And let's grab if you want to scan to cut data, let's see how it scan it. Start. See, it's now grabbed the mat. If it's not longer, it won't grab, like a better alignment will not happen and it will till the whole thing. So I'm going to just frame the image. It's recognizing. Let's see, it's recognizing. It should recognize all the lines. I'm not using, just I put the marks just for sometime if the mat is not working or sometime in emergency we can use the mat from the previous machines. So let's see, it's recognizing. Yeah, it's recognizing all that stuff, what's going on, the dirtness, everything. It's picking up, but yeah, it's picking everything. So yeah, everything is good to go. Make sure 3 marks should be aligned properly. And yeah, that's all for this mat. There is nothing just like rocket science, just simplest thing. So I'm not sure what these marks for, maybe for plates alignment, but you can see I just cut where I want to cut the thing. Everything is okay, my plate is okay. Even I just use any of these mat. So yeah, if you have any question, you can just leave in comment. I will be happy to answer you. Or my Facebook friends, I think you clear something which was not clear actually, but if you have any question, you can feel free to ask me. And I'm using this mat sometime when I need to, when the stickiness gone, the mat I can use it. But since I just received the machine, I'm using on low mat, low adhesive mat. I cut fabric paper. I'm not using any other mat unless this is completely destroyed. I zig it once and you can see lots of cut on it, but it's still cutting. But if you the mat lose its stickiness, zig is very good. Just zig it properly, and I believe leave it for a night, so it will be long lasting. Or you can use right away, but I love to leave it overnight when I just zig it. So these are the tips. We can just use it for the STX or any previous machine. So because yeah, so when you don't you want to use this mat with this, just pull this blue dot. I just put the blue dot and it just remove it, and I just put it on here. So when I want to use it again, I just put it on the edges to make it longer. So yeah guys, this is all. I think I have been clear everything. So if you have any question, you can just leave a comment. I will be happy to answer any of your questions. And stay tuned and happy crafting.